Pandora, every flame births a revolution. That's the world James Cameron returns to in Avatar. Fire and Ash, his 2025 follow-up to one of the most visually groundbreaking franchises in cinema history. Nearly 2 decades after the original Avatar redefined blockbuster spectacle, Cameron's latest promises to expand that universe while deepening the emotional stakes for Jake Sully, Neytiri, and their family. At 192 minutes, this sci-fi adventure isn't just an effects showcase. It's a sprawling epic about survival, grief, and tribal warfare, all against the stunning backdrop of Pandora. Today, on Cut to Reel, we're tearing into what makes Fire and Ash an ambitious evolution of Cameron's vision, and where it stands in the modern cinematic landscape. Avatar. Fire and Ash picks up after the war with the RDA, shifting focus to an internal Pandora conflict. The rise of the Ash people, a new, violent Navy tribe threatening Jake and Neytiri's family. Classified as science fiction, adventure, and fantasy, it blends the franchise's world building with fresh tribal politics and personal loss. Released theatrically in 2025, is positioned as the latest major event film in an era dominated by streaming and franchise fatigue. Yet, Cameron leans into the epic, grounding the spectacle in intense family drama and cultural clashes. In a genre crowded with space operas and dystopian sequels, Fire and Ash stakes its claim by revisiting environmental themes through a more intimate, emotionally charged lens. Cameron's direction is famously immersive. He builds worlds that feel lived in, using composition and camera movement to pull audiences into Pandora's lush ecosystems. In Fire and Ash, expect sweeping, kinetic shots that contrast the natural beauty of Pandora with the brutal violence of the Ash People tribe. The color palette likely oscillates between vibrant blues and greens, emblematic of the NAV, and fiery reds and oranges, symbolizing chaos and conflict. Cameron's editing rhythm traditionally balances moments of quiet reflection with bursts of high-stakes action, allowing tension to build organically. His mastery in blending practical effects, CGI, and performance capture remains the anchor for narrative urgency and emotional weight, making the action feel visceral rather than just spectacle-heavy. The action sequences probably maintain Cameron's trademark clarity, clear spatial geography, purposeful choreography, and weighty impact. Drama unfolds through layered character interactions amid the chaos, not just in explosive set pieces. Camera movements are dynamic but never disorienting, designed to keep viewers grounded in the story's stakes. This precision in visual storytelling supports the film's adventure and fantasy aspects, ensuring that the scale never overshadows the personal struggles at its core. The result should be a film that is as much about the emotional fire burning within the characters as the literal flames engulfing their world. When it comes to performances, Sam Worthington returns as Jake Sully, a role that demands a blend of stoic leadership and emotional vulnerability. Zoe Saldana's Neytiri continues to ground the film with fierce presence and nuanced strength. Both actors have grown with their characters, and their chemistry anchors the narrative. Supporting cast like Sigourney Weaver and Stephen Lang bring familiarity, but also new layers as the story expands. Newcomers such as Una Chaplin and Cliff Curtis inject fresh energy, suggesting a broad ensemble dynamic that balances veteran gravitas with younger perspectives. Given the franchise's reliance on performance capture, expect nuanced physicality paired with expressive voice work that brings Pandora's inhabitants to vivid life. Early reactions have noted the ensemble's ability to navigate the film's emotional and action beats convincingly. The cast's collective presence likely amplifies the film's themes of family, loss, and tribal loyalty. Cameron's direction is known for demanding performances that feel authentic amidst high-concept sci-fi, and this film appears no different. The narrative's emotional core depends on these relationships, so the ensemble's chemistry is crucial. Audiences familiar with the first film can anticipate character arcs that deepen established bonds, while introducing new conflicts, keeping the dynamics fresh without losing the franchise's heart. On the writing front, with a team including Cameron, Salerno, Jaffa, Friedman, and Silver, the script aims for a layered structure that weaves family drama into epic world building. The premise sets up a classic clash of civilizations within Pandora, but this time with an internal twist, a power-hungry Na'vi tribe challenging the status quo. Themes of survival, grief, and cultural identity are likely central, reflecting the characters' struggles to protect their home and legacy. The long runtime suggests a narrative that takes its time unfolding, balancing large-scale conflict with intimate moments. There's an apparent focus on emotional stakes that complement the franchise's environmental and anti-colonial commentary, reinforcing the story's resonance beyond just the visual spectacle. Structurally, the film probably follows a multi-act arc centered on escalating conflict with the Ash people, interspersed with character-driven scenes exploring Jake and Neytire's family dynamics after loss. This layered approach aligns with Cameron's penchant for storytelling that mixes personal stakes with grand set pieces. The writing team's experience with franchises and character-driven epics hints at complex world-building and layered antagonism rather than clear-cut villainy. Based on the premise, Fire and Ash explores how trauma and power struggles can fracture even the strongest communities, a timely theme in any epic fantasy or sci-fi context. In the broader Avatar franchise, Fire and Ash represents a deepening of the mythology and a pivot from the external RDA threat to internal RDA conflicts. This shift allows Cameron to explore Pandora's societies more intricately, expanding the narrative scope. Compared to other franchise sequels, this film appears less focused on spectacle alone and more on nuanced storytelling and character evolution. When placed alongside other sci-fi epics or fantasy adventures, it balances the spectacle expected from Cameron with a more mature thematic core. While films like Dune or The Lord of the Rings emphasize world-building and political intrigue, Fire and Ash leans into tribal conflict and family drama, offering a distinct flavor in the genre mix. Audience expectations here hinge on both spectacle and emotional depth. The film is unlikely to cater solely to fans of visual effects or action. It demands engagement with its characters and themes. Its place in the franchise means it has to satisfy long-term viewers wanting continuity and growth, while also attracting new audiences with its fresh conflicts. Compared to standalone sci-fi or fantasy films, Fire and Ash's strength lies in its integration of spectacle and heartfelt storytelling, a hallmark of Cameron's style. For viewers craving blockbuster adventure that also probes identity, loss, and survival, this film aims to deliver a comprehensive experience. So who is Avatar, Fire and Ash for? It's clearly designed for fans of the franchise and epic sci-fi fantasy lovers who appreciate immersive world building combined with emotional narratives. If you gravitate toward character-driven epics that don't sacrifice action or visual innovation, this film ticks those boxes. However, its nearly 3-hour length and layered storytelling might be daunting for casual viewers, or those expecting a straightforward action romp. The film's potential weaknesses could lie in pacing or complexity due to its ambition, but Cameron's track record suggests a confident hand at balancing those elements. Overall, it's a compelling watch for those invested in Pandora's saga and open to a mature, intense cinematic journey. In summary, Fire and Ash stands as a testament to James Cameron's commitment to evolving the Avatar universe with emotional depth and visual innovation. It's not just a flashy sequel, but an epic about family loss and tribal conflict that expands the franchise's thematic range. The performances, direction, and writing all appear aligned to deliver a textured, immersive experience. For viewers seeking more than spectacle, A story that burns as fiercely as its title suggests, this film offers a rich, rewarding ride. For those less enamored with sprawling epics or intricate mythology, it might require patience and investment. On Pandora, every flame births a revolution, and Avatar, Fire and Ash fans will find plenty of fire to ignite their imaginations and emotion. That's it for today's deep dive on Cut to Reel. If you want more cinematic breakdowns that cut through the noise and get to the core of storytelling craft, you know where to find us. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next reel. Thanks for watching Cut to Reel. I'll see you next time for another look beneath the surface of cinema's best.